WGAP, Wali-G AP here. We're going to be talking very quickly here about the GRI.
It's called the Walmart Sustainability Consortium,
and your program run by the Capital Brewery, which is about the LEED certification process. Although Leopold, we're going to have some impromptu WTO, WTF question talking about Canada National, the railroad that is greening the logistics industry of North America. We're also going to be talking about the Dow Jones Sustainability Index and fines. So stay around. This is going to be fun. Hey.
Mike, what's a sustainable business, first of all?
Well, we defined it in class year 377, spring 2012, UWRF Falls. This is what our class came up with. Sustainable business. A sustainable business continuously
evolves to ensure its operations contribute indefinitely to the environmental, social, and economic well-being of living systems.
Living systems.
Well said, well said, well said. Another man put it even simpler, just says it's 100% less bad.
Coming up, we're going to take a look at sustainable business practices and green technology on the WGAP. GRI. Part of the problem that we've ran into in this project, and just being curious shareholders and stakeholders in this global economy, is we're not able to research exactly what is going on with our company from cradle to cradle. There's not a lot of charts and business-to-business comparisons that I think a website like that needs. I like where they're going with this. They're trying to quantify what a sustainable practice is, what a sustainable. This is good. Since it's in its infancy now in the early 21st century, there's a lot to be worked out with the site. It's not very average person friendly. It is the Global Reporting Initiative. It was recommended by Dr. David Kuehl from UWRF Falls. Walmart Sustainability Consortium.
Yes, the consortium. According to the Walmart Sustainability Index website, with this initiative, we are helping to create a more transparent supply chain, accelerate the adoption of best practices, and drive product information innovation, and ultimately providing our customers with information they need to assess product sustainability. That sounds all well and good, Walmart, but here's what you're doing. You are putting the highlight on the relationship between the consumer and the producer, claiming no responsibility for yourself other than informing the consumer about what they're buying. You are taking no responsibility. Walmart, you're big enough to take a stand on this. I think you can refuse to carry these unsustainable products. That's kind of what I found on Walmart, is that they have a real issue with social equality. 46% of full-time Walmart employees' children are either on Medicaid or uninsured. 46% of the children. That's a lot of kids, Walmart. What's up with that? Furthermore, they have this life cycle analysis database that they put together with help from the University of Arkansas and the Arizona State University.
Arizona State.
Yeah, Walmart put up all this, initial funding for these universities to put together this consortium of sustainability, and it's called the Walmart Sustainability Consortium. And why? I mean, who doesn't see the conflict of interest here?
Conflict of interest.
Extreme conflict of interest. Because, I mean, what is this consortium going to say about Walmart? It's going to say Walmart is doing a really good job being sustainable. I don't know. This just seems a little self-serving. Sustainable Walmart is not. This is a gimmick to make consumers believe they have adequate power to change the dealings of one of, if not the largest retail operation in the world.
Coming up next, green tier, LEED, more WTF.
What is the green tier program, Wally?
Well, let me look here. The Wisconsin DNR's Green Tier program gives businesses a chance to move towards sustainability. Granted, many of the recommendations are based on eco-efficiency, but what the heck, as Andy points out. This is better than business as usual.
It is better. Anyways, I want to talk for a minute about one of the companies that's working on the Wisconsin Green Tier program. It's the Capital Brewery.
Capital Brewery.
Madison, Wisconsin, that's right. It's setting a great example for other businesses on which pathways towards sustainability are viable within their industry. Like in the last couple of years, Capital Brewery has actually reduced its water use by 50%. 50% is a pretty big number when you're brewing beer. This brewmaster at the site even acknowledged that the first step in moving towards this was really a paradigm shift within their business. Some of the sustainable activity that they participate in, waste equals food, they sell all their spent grain to a local farmer to use to feed livestock.
10 kilowatt solar, environmental management system, EMS.
Coming up next, we're going to be talking about LEED. Mike's going to introduce you to LEED, the Battle of the Buildings competition. And I'm going to introduce you to one of the top contenders for this prestigious award.
Comes down to contractors just having knowledge on these products. As it turns out, the typical green build is not much more than the typical brown build. So the battle of the buildings. Battle of the buildings. Environmental Protection Agency, the LEED standards of sustainability and eco-efficiency. Buildings compete against each other in efficiency and energy ratings. One of our big champions of the neighborhood, Baraboo, Wisconsin. How's it looking from the sports center down there?
Speaking of LEEDs, we have Aldo Leopold Legacy Center. It's a carbon neutral, net zero energy building. Alright, coming up with Leopold's stats. He's 39.6 kilowatt rooftop photovoltaic array. Produces roughly 10% more than the energy needed to operate the building over the course of a year. He's using regeneration on site to restore the natural ecosystem. Impervious surfaces to prevent runoff. Water efficiency within his local fixtures. He's got local materials used to build. He's got a forest stewardship program on site. They use 70% less energy than a building of normal comparable size. They use carbon sequestration techniques, daylighting, geothermal heating and cooling, a 39.6 kilowatt photovoltaic array. Can you believe all that? Where is this kid coming from? He's got a one-up on almost everybody. It's a net zero energy building. LEED Platinum. 61.
61!
Woo! This guy's got it in the pocket. Battle of the Buildings. Out.
Hello, sustainability viewers. Coming up here, we have a section we'd like to call the WGAP WTF section.
WTF.
All right. First, according to some information from the United States Energy Information Association,
This is a government-run organization. We should have some level of taxpayer accountability. We can trust the numbers they're running here.
so according to the EIA, in 2009, the United States was importing 743,414 photovoltaic cells from 10 countries worldwide. Here, all right. The United States companies exported 681,427 of these very same cells to 67 countries worldwide. Do the math here. We imported more than we exported, but for some reason we exported those things. Why would we do that? I'll tell you why. It's the invisible hand of the World Trade Organization. Come on.
World Trade Organization.
The shift in logistics could, like, seriously bring some sustainability on it. Well, you see, the real problem here is the WTO explicitly disallows PV purchasers to favor domestic purchased or domestically produced photovoltaic cells over, say, photovoltaic cells that came from somewhere in Germany. Yeah. As the solar cell industry is a valuable ally of sustainable business, the World Trade Organization is sucking the sustainability right out of this revolutionary product. WTO, I say to you, WTF!
WTF.
WTF!
Here's some data that I want you to take a look at. It's about CN, Canadian National. It's a railway company that's moving at a rapid pace towards sustainability as far as logistics and large industrial transportation is concerned.
Canada National, good job. Second consecutive year, 2010, CN was listed on the Canadian Climate Leadership Index of the Carbon Disclosure Product. Excellent. It looks like they created the greenhouse gas calculator to estimate the carbon emissions for shipments. This is kind of big, actually. Now the average business person can get data and numbers on what it actually costs for carbon to move his products to their place.
And that includes not only railroad transportation, right? But there's also some trucking that's involved and some
Marine vessel.
Marine freight. And the railroad is doing this.
Oh, they also got the prestigious Innovator of the Year award in 2010. Nice, good job, CN. And they work with Walmart, so they're probably having connections with other organizations that could probably benefit from good sustainability, groupthink.
Logistics.
Also selected as the Dow Jones Sustainability Index, the DJSI. They got an 82%. You know anything about this DJSI?
Well, it's funny that you should ask. Because actually I do know a little bit about the Dow Jones Sustainability Index. They evaluate basically businesses, these are blue chip top tier businesses, on criteria based on economic, environmental, and social issues with a clear focus on long-term shareholder value creation. So basically security in your investment, financial security in your investment.
Security.
So according to the Dow Jones Sustainability Index's website, they say, we believe that the world's leading companies set global standards for themselves, thereby making the assessment criteria that we use to be relevant no matter where the company is based. End quote. Why are we considering that? We're letting the businesses set their own standards? That seems like ecological anarchy to me.
Anarchy.
Anyways, we're going to take a look at this local business. Its identity is going to be protected. What could these people do? Just to take their idea that they have and already started. The old building is demolished. What can we do now to help mitigate these effects? Let's have some retention basins. How about green buffer space between the parking lot and the edge of Lake George? Impervious surfacing to allow for groundwater recharge, percolation, filtration, and lower runoff rates. Rain gardens. Let's put some rain gardens in that parking lot. Green roofing. Greywater recycling systems. What can you do? How can you help? Well, we looked at a bunch of references here. We got a lot of help. We suggest you check all of this out.